Yo, my people, what up, though? We live with another episode of All Black Men Need Therapy. My name is Chief.
And I'm Bell.
And I'm Ray.
Ray.
And we here with our Therapy Thursdays on Thanksgiving. We figured in efforts to maintain our consistency, we wanted to pop up on a Thursday just to, do just that. Fellas, happy Thanksgiving and all that. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving.
Y'all get some good eats in today?
Anything special on your end?
Nothing special. I'll be coming all the way back to Connecticut for my mom's dressing. Macaroni and cheese is always good too, but Thanksgiving wouldn't be Thanksgiving if I didn't have a dressing. So regular.
Now hold up. Before you came on, you threw me a quiz. What do I put in my greens? Ham hock or turkey neck bone? So is there a right answer to that quiz?
No, it's not a right answer. I personally think smoked turkey tastes better, but I also don't eat pork, so I'm kind of biased. You know what I'm saying? But smoked turkey, in my opinion, all restaurants that serve greens should make it with smoked turkey. That's my opinion, because then you won't alienate a population.
Do most restaurants make it?
Because I don't feel like it's a big drop off, if any drop off, in my opinion.
Right.
So that's the thing.
But most restaurants
smoked
make it
turkey.
with pork.
What Peaches put in hers, Chief?
Turkey.
Nigga, are you here? Are you paying attention?
Yeah, turkey. You can't hear me?
You want to put your phone down or no?
But
you were
mind your business.
Preoccupied. It looked like.
No, I'm looking at our treatment. Can I do what I do, please? And thank you.
Huh? Plenty of time to put the treatment up. I got mine up.
What are you guys talking about?
You wrote it. All you have to do is pull it up. For every episode, we have a treatment. So like questions we want to ask, the flow of the episode. So
we rarely follow it, but we got it.
Got you.
Well,
got you.
Not that we don't follow it. It's a good outline. This camera. Oh my God, it's pissing me off. Like I don't know why, but it just gets dark for no reason. Anyway, y'all just have to bear with me. It's an outline, like where we want to go. Sometimes the questions won't be worded exactly the same way, but it'll be in the same general direction.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
I'm gonna keep popping in and out of mute because I got the people in the background they ain't gonna stop.
Well, yeah,
Ray, what's good with you though? How was your Thanksgiving, man?
That's part of the holidays, man. I expect to hit people in the background.
How was your day?
Man,
so far so good.
Oh, did I do something? Hold on one second. I think I did something. Yeah, I'm here. Oh no, man, nothing special. I went down. I got the jailbroken fire stick. So I just went down.
In case the feds didn't know, they know where to find you. They know you are complicit now. Like, I'm stealing. I'm stealing, y'all. Just in case y'all was wondering. I'm on the podcast in a professional capacity, but I'm stealing.
Listen. Yo, we keep it real all the time, man.
That's a fact.
Listen, I've just been catching up on movies, man. That's all I've been doing.
What's the most recent?
The Creator. The Creator. That's the one with Denzel's son in it.
That's like the sci-fi one, right?
Yeah.
I heard that wasn't that good. I heard it was tough to follow.
I thought it was pretty good. I don't think it was. No. That other movie he was in was hard to follow. Man, I don't know what the last one. Oh God, I couldn't keep up.
I like Homie though. I think Homie gets busy. I think he does good job.
Yeah, he's a good actor. He's a good actor. But
I first saw him in Ballers.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Ricky.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was Ricky. Yeah.
So let me Thanksgiving went exactly how Thanksgiving goes in black families today, bro.
What happened?
The same shit that happens every year. What you mean? Like always, bro.
Who was showing their ass?
Tell us.
It's always the same. It's always the same person, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Your
it's
brother?
Just a different person. No,
your brother?
Uncle Jeffrey.
Yo, I told you I felt about Uncle Jeffrey, man. Like Uncle Jeffrey toxic, yo.
Yo.
What
was he
I didn't know y'all. I didn't know y'all all got together.
They came to my mom's crib. Everybody pulled up here, so
I didn't know that.
Him and Nikki got into it, yo, and I'm just like, yo, it never stopped. It never fails, bro. It was the purest episode of All Black Men Need Therapy.
Did you have to step in, or did it?
I didn't. I just mind my business. As long as my babies ain't involved, I don't even say nothing. But yo, it was just like listening to him argue was like unbelievable.
Let it play out.
It was just like, well, that's my. Nikki was trying to talk to his daughter about something she was doing wrong. That's my daughter. So I'm just trying to talk to her. She's young, blah, blah, blah. Well, that's my daughter. And I'm your uncle. You need to respect me. And she's like, all right, but I'm 42 years old. Like, I can say what I got to say. But it just shifted. And he was like, so you calling me toxic or you calling me dumb? And I was like, wait a minute. Like, it was, but it was such a lack of understanding. And he just wasn't trying to hear nothing. Just instant defensiveness. And heard whatever he wanted to hear and just went off. And I'm just like, yo,
he was listening to respond, not listening to understand.
And they went back and forth. It was wild. And I'm just like, yo, it was the.
I don't know how Uncle Jeffrey still invited to stuff if I'm keeping it real, yo. Like,
I don't know who Uncle Jeffrey is, but I tell you right now, whenever you get families together like that, man, there's so many trap doors that we don't even know about. The history on top of history, piled on history. All you got to say is one word, and Uncle Jeffrey's on it. Oh, like I remember you said that to me when I was 12 years. All that stuff, man. It's just I don't even know Uncle Jeffrey, but I'm rocking with him. Just the mere fact that he ain't afraid to say.
But Uncle Jeffrey.
Yeah, like the mere fact that
everybody got it.
I ain't holding this shit in no more.
Yeah. To his point, everybody got an Uncle Jeffrey.
Everybody got Uncle Jeffrey. Now I remember the first encounter I had with Uncle Jeffrey. I'm like, man, if you wasn't my man, Uncle, like we'll be moving some furniture, but
you would lay them down, about.
I'm gonna just leave. I end up leaving because I'm like, I can't deal with this right now, man. I just can't.
So, but it was oh man, it was just a stereotypical day. Like it just everything that was supposed to happen happened. A bunch of good laughs, an argument, somebody leave bad. You know what I mean? The kids playing.
Cousin Rose come?
Nah, she didn't come. She had it in her place with her family.
Oh right.
Yo, Pete, don't think I don't notice what you did. You know what I'm saying? I like to look over here on the comment side. You know what I'm saying? I think you shut my joint down. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't. I had nothing to do with that.
There's probably nobody in here right now because it's Thanksgiving.
Yeah, right. But I mean, I think that the importance of it is us being here and being able to stay consistent and have these conversations. So
but that being
Ray, you are actually the topic of conversation today, man.
Yeah,
and I think it's important to introduce our followers to you and what you do.
Oh, you guys got a trailer that I'm not aware of. Okay, what do you need to know?
So again, just to this is only our second Therapy Thursday. So for those who are listening for the first time, I'm Bell, 1/3 of All Black Men Need Therapy, and we've been at it for 3 years, and we wanted to bring some validity to the station by having a professional on, right? We can talk to you guys all day about our experience and how we handle them, right? Which is it could help, it could you can find a space of understanding, but we felt it would be better for us to have a professional on and to discuss the process, So Ray, if you don't mind, would you just reintroduce yourself to the folks and tell them what you focus on and what your credentials are?
Ray Wilson. I'm in private practice called Eclipse Depression, Corp. I can be found in Waterbury, Connecticut. Email info@eclipsedepression.com. I primarily specialize in depression, anxiety. I also see adolescents for a range of things, like ADHD, giving them interventions, strategies, marriage counseling, pre-marriage counseling, which I thought was, which if before anyone gets married, I would suggest do. I don't want to get in trouble for saying this. I don't want to get in trouble.
Say it, Ray. Keep you just talking about Uncle Jeffrey. Keeping it real. Keep it real.
If this is, hopefully you can edit this if it's not live.
Oh, we live, brother.
Oh, damn it. I would not suggest you go to clergy for marital counseling. I apologize to all the clergyship out there. I would not go to clergyship.
You know what, man? I agree with you. And not because I've been to therapy through the church or anything like that, but it's kind of like what I'm talking about now. Chief Prentice and I can talk to the people. In a lot of cases, I'm sure we can help, right? Just from our perspective, our experience, whatever the case, I'm sure we can help. Now, it's not rooted in religion, but I'm sure we can help based on our experience. However, we're not professionals, and again, I don't knock that side of the house when it comes to premarital counseling. What I'm saying is anything I do, I'd rather have a licensed professional or professional to help me. Like Chief and I, we didn't get in an argument, but we had a difference of opinions the other day. We're hiring a social media manager, and Chief's like, well, why can't we just do it ourselves? And I'm like, because we're not professionals, right? Like this is what this person does day in, day out. They'll put a strategy together, they'll have a plan, and they will execute it. Whereas we'll just be learning as we go, not implying that the clergy route, that's what they do, but a lot of it is rooted in religion, which again, I'm not saying is right or wrong. What I'm saying is there's people who go to school for this to help you specifically get through this place. Mm-hmm. And I agree, because I my first introduction to therapy was through what later became premarital counseling, but it was just relationship counseling at the time. And we've been going for some years. I mean, I think we've been going now, man, for no less than 7 years, no less. Right. And I've found it to be extremely beneficial, to the point where I can help friends navigate different conversations and different challenges because of all the studying and, tutelage I've received in this space. Again, I'm not an expert, but I can just tell you what worked for me. And if it works for you, great. But I highly recommend, anybody in a relationship to go see a relationship counselor, because we're just different humans, and how we interact and exchange communication. A lot of it's based. I just dealt with this recently. One of my really good friends, we were talking about a situation in his relationship, and he called me because of all the things that I've gone through therapy. But anyway, I know we just kind of went down a rabbit hole.
No,
I second that though.
Yeah.
So
hold on 1 second. Let me tell you another. I wouldn't say it's a specialty, but one thing I did put down on specialty on my website is being woke. Usually WOKE, usually for the, I think P hit on it last time. P asked me, what are, I don't want to paraphrase or speak for you, P. You said something, what was that question? What was the cause of, oh God, P, what did you say to me last quarter? You spoke about Black and the racial and how, and the racial systemic things Black people face, something along those lines.
When we recorded in person or
no, live last week. It did. If you ever edit this, just go back and throw it in. But even though I know it's live. Now here's the thing: it's about being woke. When certain black men want to come to you, they want to know that you know what they're talking about without having them really like get down to without having them really get into explaining every segment of it. And I think that's the new part. That's the new thing I've added on, where which helps a lot of people when they're looking down for. Oh, let me check what this person's specialty. Oh, woke. You'd be surprised how many black men just called me just because of that. Just get in contact with me. Like, okay,
that is interesting.
Yeah, because listen, again, I think we talked about it last week. We face unique challenges that no other segment of society faces. I can't even. I think that's undebatable. And sometimes people want to know when they sit down with you, like, listen, this is some of the things. And the thing is, when you take it to other people, they may feel like, you know what? It sounds like transference. You know what? Are you sure that's what the feeling, and not understanding that, no, it's really a feeling. When they look at us like that, it's really meaning this,
right?
Because we've been seeing this eye, the slanted eye for years, 4 years, 10 years, 12 years, but, and not having to explain that. Having somebody understand, like, I know exactly what you mean. I know what you mean.
Yeah, it's common ground, common place, commonality, right? Like, yeah, there's strength in that, right?
So
like,
does that imply like, so the regular or the everyday hood cat finds more comfort in the fact that he knows you're down to earth. You speak his language. You aren't just the uppity Negro in the office being a therapist.
I don't think they need me to be something that I'm not. But the mere fact is that he knows I understand. I don't need. I could be educated out the world, use the biggest words, but guess what? When we're in that room and we build a connection, he's not viewing me any other way than somebody that understands and has compassion for what I'm going through.
Do you think that can be detrimental too? Because oftentimes, like you said, they expect you almost to infer what they're trying to say rather than actually saying what they need to say.
Oh no, we both. One of the things is we always make sure to put titles and labels on everything. You always want to put a title and label on it, so this way we understand exactly what we're talking about at all times. Even though one may allude to something, we still want to categorize it, label it, tag it for future reference.
All right, now I don't know, this probably isn't a really relevant question, but I'm thinking about, like, when I've seen therapists on TV, they always got their little notebook out and whatnot, and they taking notes. Is there like are you taught to like what to write down? Or do you ask specific questions to get specific answers? Like, what are your notes like? Is it just like, okay, he's going through this and maybe I should tap back into that next week, or, oh, he said this, let me get back? Like, what is that? Like, what's that process like? I'm like, what goes, what do you write down? What do you write down?
What are you writing over there? Let me see what you're writing. You do know, if you want to see what we're writing, you can ask. You do know that, right?
The patient.
Yeah. It's not really a secret. You said it. We're only writing down. Here's the thing. It's just like, I'll put it like this. We all been in college. We all been in lecture halls. And the number one thing the professor tells you, don't write down things you know. Write down things that are interesting to you. Write down things that, okay. You're writing down things that you want, as a professional, you want to examine after this person leaves. And I always tell people all the time, once you leave, you're not forgotten. I remember I told an individual that, he was like, wait, you were thinking about me? I'm like, yeah, that's my job. When you leave for that hour, doesn't mean we're done. I'm thinking about.
Hey, Bell, sound like you need to mute too, cuz.
I'm thinking about your situation
my door
at
is
all
closed.
times. What happened?
Go ahead, Ray.
Oh no, I'm just saying. I'm always thinking about what's going to happen. So those notes are basically thinking points for us, reference point, seeing if we can make connection to theory. Look deeper into the theory, see what we could what we could pull out, what we could bring to the session. Because a good therapist is always bringing ideas to the table. He or she or they or them is always bringing an idea to the table. It's not just, oh, so what happened today?
Now, no. Is it a difficult challenge to get your clients to trust you? Wait, do you call them patients or clients?
Clients. I call them clients. Yes.
Is it? But some would refer to them as patients. No.
I don't know. The people, my colleagues, we always refer to them as clients.
Okay. So I forgot my damn question now.
You said something about trust, or something?
Does it often take you a long time to create that bond, that trust between you and your client? And why you? Why do they come to you?
Okay. Here's the thing. When in my very first session, my very first intake, I do this not only for me, but I also do it for the profession. I tell them all the time, within a 3-mile radius, there's 12 LCSWs, MFTs, people that can specialize to help you. 10 to 12. So I want you to know that if we don't hit it off, I'm not the only person in town. Again, this is a relationship. The intake, primarily, you're gathering information. I want to tell them that, listen, this is a relationship. If we don't work out, it's okay. It's okay. That just means we didn't work out. Just like when you're dating, we didn't work out. It doesn't mean you cut off dating, period. Because I think that's where some people go, where if they have a bad relationship with a therapist, F all therapists, they're all the same. No, we're not all the same. We're not all the same. We don't internalize your situation the same. We don't come at it from the same point of view all the time. No, we're not all the same. So as far as trust, it depends. We're going to try to build rapport, but guess what? Sometimes I may not be your cup of tea, and that is fine. That's the profession. That's the profession.
So Ray, is there? This is for our listeners, right? Like, is there you may or may not have an answer to this. Is there like an overarching reason or catalyst to how somebody gets in front of you? Like, is it like they've hit too many traumatic experiences, or they've battled depression for this amount of time and they hit their breaking point? Or is it like, hey, they had someone that was close to them that pushed them to get to you?
Either or. Sometimes the insurance company's like, hey, sometimes the insurance company pressures you to go. Like, listen, we're going to find you a therapist. The insurance company contacts me multiple times, running down the person's demographics, asking me, would I like to take them on as a client, things of that nature. Some people just like, listen, I just need to talk to somebody because you know what? I'm stuck here talking to my partner, and my partner is giving me the same old answers, making me feel less than, making me feel not worthy enough. I just need to talk to somebody to help. It could be from a traumatic experience. It could be a plethora of things. What brings you into the door, and those are the things I ask. The famous question we all say in intake: what brings you in today? We all, just so we know what brings you in. Sometimes the courts. I had a couple of court people, court mandated. I know, and you don't want to be here.
So let's pause there for a second, because I didn't even think about that. Though I would imagine, but you tell me those sessions are different.
Yeah, those. But guess what? That's where you, as a true professional, comes in. Can you win over the room when you're in hostile territory? You know,
and I would imagine, but you tell me, I would imagine that breakthrough takes more work and potentially longer than the clients that willingly come in.
Listen, everybody has a story. Everybody has a story. And within telling your story, there's another story. You know, even though some of the people who do not, like I'm talking about court-appointed people, by the way, just to be specific. Even when they don't want to tell their narrative, they only want to tell the court narrative. It's hard to tell the court narrative without your narrative,
right? And how you got there,
without your narrative slipping in to basically how you think. We're seeing how you think. We're seeing how you react under pressure. We're seeing how you conduct yourself in plethora of situations. And these are all keys to who you are and how and what got you in this predicament in the first place. You know, so all I would do is like, man, you know, sometimes it seems like you're not good at making decisions. You know?
And that's where you park, and that's where you spend some time. Like if they're saying the court, but through that you hear their truth, that's when you start picking apart those things, right?
Right. You start picking it apart. They're with them telling you how they got there, you could find out really who they are. You know?
So this brings me to like my next question. Specifically for court appointed and people that's come there on their own free will. 2-part question. One, what's your standard time duration with the patient? Not session, but like overall time with them. And that's the first part. The second part is does it differ from court mandated and people that are coming there willingly?
Yeah. Let's go with the latter first. Yes, it matters with court mandated. Usually when the person is out of the court situation, let's say it's settled, let's say they got their probation, it's over. They're not coming back. Yeah. They just, you know what I'm saying? They're waiting.
They're waiting for them to be told it's over.
Exactly. And I know that.
Yeah. Right.
And I know that. And I'm fine with that. But in that same breath, like I told you, I'm in hostile territory. Can I win the crowd? And my job is still to build rapport with he or she, they or them. My job is still to build rapport, still make that person feel like when they come in, it's even though they really don't want to be there, it's not that bad.
Are you like registered with the court? So if so and so got to come see a therapist, do they say we have a list of them? Pick one and say go find one and report back to us? Like, how's that work?
No, I was registered. No, my friend is a lawyer, and he would appoint them to me. I'm not registered with the courts, but he would get individuals that's already affiliated with the courts, and he was like, "Listen, I'm sending these people to you, man. You got to see them. You got to see them because I've already seen this person 3 times for the same thing. It ain't working." So they would just refer them to me immediately.
And what's some of the infractions that would cause someone to be court appointed?
You name it. Road rage.
So like anger management, shit like that.
Domestic violence.
So in that, and I'm asking, from your lens, is that all connected to depression, or that's just something that falls within your wheelhouse?
It just falls within it.
Okay.
It's again, whenever somebody does things to what's the self-sabotage, I would say, especially when we talk about repeat offenders, I would always venture there's some depression there.
Got it. So wait, did you? I don't know if you answered the first part of the question.
The first one? Oh, the duration of a session.
Yeah. No, not of a session.
Right. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Right, for coming
time with the client.
Yeah, for treatment. Again, that depends. I have some acute clients where I know we'll be done within 6 to 8 weeks. I know we'll be done.
Oh wow, that's short, huh?
Yeah, that's short. And some adjustment disorder with anxiety or mood, it's a process. And it also depends on how seriously do you take some of this homework. Right. When I give you homework, how much investment are you putting into yourself? This is not a one-way street. This is a two-way street. You know, if I'm thinking about you and I'm coming up with homework assignments, when you come in, I want to hear that you did this a homework assignment and I want to discuss it.
Hey, Ray, do you get a lot of one and dones? Or do you what's your longest standing relationship with one of your clients, and then you get a lot of one and done? People come in like, nah, this ain't for me, I'm out. Or do you typically get multiple sessions with individuals?
No, I've never had a one and done.
Because a one and done would imply that you guys didn't hit it off, or you're not the right person.
Yeah, which is fine. Yeah. And again, that's in my opening, my opening introduction to me, you know. But no, I've never had a one and done. What was the second part of that, P?
The longest standing client you've had, like, because Bell talked about, what's the timeline?
Right.
So have you been dealing with person for years? Or?
Yeah, I have 2 people going on 2 years with me. These 2 are my longest going clients, and one young lady is tremendous. I'm talking about hell or high water. She's not missing her sessions. She's even referred a couple of her friends, and her friends were like, yeah, we try to call her to get her to go, because my sessions are on Sundays. Get her to go out on Saturdays. And she's like, no, I got to go home and sleep. I got a session tomorrow. I'm like, but that's just how seriously she takes it. And guess what? The results show.
It becomes
from where she was to where she is now. The results, put in the work.
It becomes maintenance, right? Like I said, we've been seeing our therapist for, like I said, 7 years, and we are miles apart from where we were when we first went. Mm-hmm. But now it's just a part of the fabric of our relationship. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And like Chief knows, like, I pay for convenience every day of the week. Like, if it's a matter of me inconveniencing myself or paying a couple dollars to not have to, that's what I'm going to do. And when we have a sounding board and a therapist for our relationship, there's certain times where we'll be beefing, and I'm like, yo, I'm not even going to argue about this until we get Lindsay on the phone. You know what I'm saying? Until we get in front of Lindsay, I'm not going to have this conversation, because it's not going to go where I need it to go, like, because there's no governor. You know what I mean? Like, there's no voice of reason, if you will. And and that's where my question came from, because I didn't think that the relationship we have with our therapist was like the norm. I didn't think that at all, but I also didn't know if there was a standard time period, so that's why I was just curious.
No. Wait, have you been able to convince, I don't want to use the word persuade, because most people outside of the court mandates voluntarily sign up to seek counseling, some therapy or whatnot. Have you ran into people who are just completely adverse to therapy? They'd be like, nah, therapy ain't for me. And have you been able to sway them in favor of?
Not going to.
It's a waste of everybody's time, if you ask me.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that. No. Self-determination, whatever you want to do, you do. I don't got no time to be worried about you. I'm like, what's to sway you over? Hey, I'm a good guy. Come on in. It won't be that. Yeah. No. If you don't want to be there, don't be there. I have many people that want to. I can fill that time with somebody else.
Right.
Mind you, I always got to preface, some some other clinician may believe something different. You know.
Okay, so let's say I got a homie who's nah, but I finally convinced him to give therapy a shot. He comes there and he gives you the representative per se. Are you able to see through the bullshit and call him on it? Are you like willing to? Can you like?
It's our first session. I'm not calling no bullshit on nobody. But it's the first session. Our job is just to find out necessarily why you're there. What would you like to work on? What do you, again, what brings you in? And from there, I'm trying to build rapport every second of the way. As much as we want to believe that rapport is a 50-50 street, I like to say is 75-25. I'm working to build that rapport with this person. I want them to come back. I want them to trust me with their information, to sum it up, sometimes tragedy, trauma, sometimes there's secrets, family secrets. I want them to be able to trust and know that once he says it to me, it's safe, and it comes without judgment.
Psychotherapist Elliot Connie said it's the therapist's responsibility to create safety, comfort, right? To help build that rapport, because you're right. I would imagine there's no two people are the same in terms of their experience, what they're going through, why they're there, how they end up staying there. I can imagine it's going to be a meld of different things. But my last question, Ray, and Chief may have something, but my last question is for our listeners: what does someone need to know? So someone's at a place where it's not court mandated. They want to get better. They find themselves stuck in some capacity. What do they need to know about picking a therapist and or identifying a therapist? Actually, let me back up. Let me ask the question a different way. Is there anything that you can tell our listeners that are signs, if this is such a thing, that are signs that, hey, maybe you should go speak to someone else? Like, are there any triggers in depression that, like, hey, if you're experiencing this, it may be a good opportunity for you to go talk to someone? And right. And if there is, what's the next steps after that?
I don't want to get into signs, because it's just like that hypochondriac. Oh, I got that.
WebMD. Yeah.
But you know what? Let's talk about if you feel you would like to discuss this with somebody. Do you feel like you're not getting anywhere by yourself? Handling the situation that you're currently in. That would be a good place to start. These people who are the realest within themselves get the best results. Okay. Yeah. And again, you could, as far as finding a therapist, I'm not the only ball game in town. Neither is she, he, them, or they. Look them up. They have a good, you can go to Psychology Today as a good reference. You can go to Psychology Today and pull up therapists in your area, or pull up therapists according to specialties, and it's a plethora of them. Black, white, Chinese, gay, lesbian, straight, queer. Whatever specificity you want, they're there. Pick them out. So pick the match that you feel will best serve you. However, I would venture to say sometimes the best person is not the match you think you need.
That's what we had our conversation when I was like, hey, I want a black therapist. And that's when we had our conversation about being open. So my another follow-up question to that is, how many sessions would you give it, or is it not a number for you to realize like, hey, this is a good fit, or this may not be a good fit? Not you, I'm saying the individual.
They should know after the first intake.
Okay.
Do you come across that though? Like, are you like talking to people like, yeah, I just don't think this is a good fit for me? Does that happen to you? Or are you like able to meld and mold to any of your clients?
Again, That's never happened to me. To address what you said previously, like 10 minutes ago, that's the initial one and done. That's basically the one and done. Like, nah, this ain't work for me. They're in your office. That's the first session. Nope, I'm good. One and done. No, that's never happened to me. Again, like I said.
Also, it's like I would imagine as a professional, what wouldn't be for you? Like now, if there was maybe from a moral compass standpoint, like if this guy is a racist and a mass murderer or a child molester or something like that, I can see that. But in terms of people battling, depression that you've seen in other people, personality, I would imagine, shouldn't play as big of a part because you're not necessarily trying to be their friend. You're the professional. It's kind of what I'm thinking. But
friend. You know what? You do become a friend if due to the longevity of some of our sessions, and longevity meaning the time period we're talking about, especially the ones 4, 6, 8, 10 months, we are friends. And in my opinion. But again, I'm a respected friend with which you come to me to get an honest assessment of what is happening. When I say friend, I don't mean somebody where we're going to go to the bar and have a drink.
Right.
I was just about to ask you that. Have any of your clients like, hey, why don't you come have a drink or watching the game at the bar this weekend?
I'll pass. No, that's not.
Yo, it's so funny because definitely not always, but I've said to myself before, I'm like, what if I see my therapist out? Like as my wife and I, we see our therapist out. Like, what should be the interaction?
Well, that should already be discussed. That should have already been broached. If a therapist would tell you that because again, a lot of people want to keep it secret anyway. So the therapist, even though they see you and you see them, they won't address you at all. Some won't even say hi to you.
Really? So if you saw you saw one of your clients out, you wouldn't say anything?
I'm talking about some won't. I'm different. It depends on what we're there for. And how long we've been in therapy together. It really depends. Some people are there for some people share with you, my friends don't know I'm here, my friends don't know I come, my mother doesn't know. If you see those people out, you don't say a word.
Right.
Don't say a word. I have people where I have the kids, 10-year-old. I see them out. I'm like, hey, what's up? How are you? Doing all right? So that's the interaction a kid would love. You know how kids love to see you outside your environment.
If you was my therapist and I saw you at the bar, I'd be like, Ray.
Yo, are kids perhaps easier to work with, or do you find that to be more challenging?
Absolutely not.
I would imagine the most.
Whoever told you that,
I'm just asking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. If anybody ever told you that, they are lying. No. Kids are some of the toughest cookies to crack. But no. And again, it depends on the child. Some kids are there because their parents are making them. Some kids really look forward to coming. But no.
So here's a question: You think Chief should go to therapy for his daddy issues?
Oh, it's up to Chief what he wants to do.
Yeah, but your professional opinion.
I can't tell him.
I think you can.
I can. Whatever Chief wants to do, Chief wants to. And the thing is, I have to tell you, what you go there for is not what you end up talking about. Oh yeah, I'm here to talk about my daddy issues. Next thing you know, you're talking about something way past your father. It would basically astound you how deep this rabbit hole goes.
It ain't going down.
That's a very interesting point, though. How the dynamic. So does it happen like that more often than not? People come in there and say, "Listen, the court sent me here because I got some domestic violence issues." The next thing you know, you're delving into their childhood and all that other good stuff, and that's where the root of the cause are.
All things are connected.
Yeah, it's cause and effect, man.
All things are connected.
You didn't show up one day saying I'm about to beat women. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's a culmination of events and experiences and things like that. Yeah. Like that's what I learned in business, man. Like when I took my job in Boston, what I realized is the issue, whatever the issue is that's causing us delay or stagnation or whatever, it's never the issue. It's two things before that. You know what I'm saying? It's two things before that. That's what I realized. It's like, oh, we're not hitting our sales goal, right? It's so the conventional wisdom would be like, oh, they're just not working hard enough, right? But you start, and he's like, no, the call numbers are up, so that's not it. Then you're like, well, how much knowledge do they have in this space? You know, like how much do they know about the industry? Then you realize like they don't know what the hell they're doing. You know, like a lot of stuff that's happening is inertia. You know, like people have called on companies before, and then they're picking up low hanging fruit. So yeah, it's the same thing. It's not the actions that got you there isn't the reason you got to the action. You know what I'm saying? Like it's much deeper, man. It's much deeper.
Right.
That's all I got. I did want to keep this as best we could under an hour, just in respect to everybody's families. And we appreciate it, right? We appreciate you joining.
No, it's always fun, fellas. It's always fun, you know.
Yeah, so definitely appreciate you tapping in, man. And for those watching, we just wanted to make sure we stayed consistent and bring you Therapy Thursday. So if you have any questions, comments, complaints, or concerns, please feel free to hit us up at All Black Men Need Therapy at Gmail, or you can hit us all Chief Prentice or Bell at abmnt.com. That's our email addresses. Just either one of us will go right. You know what I'm saying?
What complaints you got?
Huh?
You said complaints?
Question, comments, complaints, or concerns, man. I mean, hey, we got to take it all.
Right, like, don't you know I'm on the show? What you mean complain? What's there to complain about?
Yeah, serious.
No, but in all seriousness, if there's any inquiries, guys, on how you get attached, connected to Ray, you know, hit us up. You have his website right there. Put in the comment section you were referred by ABMNT, so Ray can give us our doggone percentage. But no, in all seriousness, we're gonna have therapists on here every week. Ray's probably gonna be I would imagine the most visited therapist just because of our relationship. But we want to get different people from different backgrounds because we know it's not one size fits all for everyone. And we want to make sure that we create resources for you guys to tap into if and when necessary. So that's all I got. That was my final thought. How about that, Chief?
No doubt.
I'm with that. Ray, give us your final thought.
Final thought, man. Well, guess what? Final thought to all my people getting up there in their 40s and 50s. Let me talk to you. Let me tell you, please do not mismanage your life. I have a client right now. I did a session with him out of his car, not because of convenience, because he's living out of his car right now. People, please do not mismanage your life. You will be alive at 68, 70, 80 years old. The science tells us you will be. Please do not mismanage your life by not preparing to live that long. Let's prepare to live that long. So in case anything does happen earlier, you're still fine. So I would just use an example I'm dealing with as something to bring to the table tonight. Do not sit back and say, this can't happen to me. People, start managing your money. Start managing your finances. Start making decisions that are sound. Put off that car, put off that clothes, put off that jacket, that money, invest it, please. Because I've seen so many times right now, and I was talking to my colleague, this is the epidemic we're facing. These people have mismanaged their lives to the point they're putting burdens on their kids because they've mismanaged it. So I think I said too much. Okay.
No, that was good, Ray. That was good. Yeah, you don't want to outlive your money. Do not want to outlive your money. Like my man came up with those styles of Jada. Said you're gonna be older way longer than you're gonna be younger. You know, so
yep.
Plan accordingly. Plan accordingly. Chief?
Word. For me, man, it's just, we just continue to, for those of you stuck in a place where you're apprehensive about therapy, continue to tap in and maybe allow us to help you lower that guard a little bit, get yourself to, to tap into therapy and help yourself become the best version of yourself, man. We don't have all the answers, but we can point you in the right direction. You know what I'm saying?
You gonna talk to your therapist about your daddy issues?
For you, more worried about my daddy issues than I am. How my daddy show up now, Bell?
They show up every day, bro.
How?
I don't have a specific scenario right now.
Okay, then. See my point?
Anyways, I'll point it out next time since you want
my people. We have a voice line. It's call or text our voice line. One of us will answer or get back to you. 860-410-6160. Scrolling at the bottom of the screen. Hit us up with any questions, comments, complaints, or concerns. allblackmanitherapy@gmail.com, or you can hit us each individually at Chief, Bell, or Prentice at ABMNT. So Chief at ABMNT, Bell at ABMNT, and Prentice at ABMNT.com. But Ray, we appreciate you. Happy Thanksgiving. Y'all do us a favor.
Likewise, fellas.
And do us a favor and hug a black man today.
Oh, do it.
Come on, man.
I'm sorry. That's Prentice's job. I'm my bad.
And tomorrow.
Do it.
We love y'all. Peace.
Later, guys.
Peace. Yeah.
Yo, Chris, I don't even know about